we have a very special guest. Australia's own celebrity chef, Curtis Stone, is here.
Nice to see you too.
The sweetest celebrity chef. Last time you were here was 2 years ago. We were talking about your cookbook at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
So within that time, I'm sure your kids have grown like weeds, like mine have. Let's get a look at your gorgeous family right here.
6 and 3 now, or nearly 6 and 3. Little Hudson Emerson.
There they are. And a kangaroo.
Yeah, you know, that's just in our backyard back in Australia.
Very nice. Well, we want to spend some time talking about your home. We want to spend some time talking about Australia because this is the place that's created you, and your restaurant is really, you've got a couple of restaurants, really based around Australian cuisine.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about how Maud works.
Well, Maud's, it's a restaurant that revolves around a single ingredient. So it's a 10-course degustation style menu, and one ingredient is sort of central to that. Instead of going forward, we've done that for 4 years, so we're changing it up a little, and we're going to change that one ingredient to be a wine region. So we're going to travel through the world and go to fabulous wine regions and use that as the inspiration for the menu. So
yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be into that. That is such a smart idea.
Yeah, no, it's going to be so much fun. I mean, I grew up in Australia, and we have beautiful ingredients, and it's such a diverse country. We have, you know, it's a real melting pot of all sorts of cultures, and we're quite close to Southeast Asia, so we take a lot of their ingredients and also fabulous wine. So it's always been important to me, and, you know, I still love cooking that way.
Beautiful. And just in case you weren't already in love with him, Maud is actually named after his grandma. Oh, that's sweet. That is so sweet. Okay, so we're going to make a recipe right now. Crispy lamb cutlets with snap peas and mint.
Oh,
looks amazing.
It's so delicious and really easy to make too.
Okay.
So let's get started. I've got some beautiful lamb chops, and over here I'm going to bread them. So I've got Parmesan cheese, some crumb, and then some parsley. So we mix those three together. So that sort of is the end. We're working backwards, and then a couple of eggs, we mix those together as well, and then of course some flour. So season with just a little salt and pepper. Then you take your lamb cutlets into the flour first of all, then into the egg, and the thing I love about doing this, because you know we always bread things, right? But normally your fingers get in there, but with the lamb cutlets you've got a bone to hang on to, which makes it a whole lot easier.
It's almost like it's just asking to be breaded. Right? It's got a handle and everything. So lamb is huge in Australia.
It's a massive ingredient. We really cook a lot with it, and it's such a versatile ingredient. The thing I love about being home, you know, and you'll find this when you go to visit, you're in a big city like Melbourne, for instance, where I grew up, but then you can jump in a car, and within 20 minutes you're in a pretty rural sort of an area. You know, you're out of the city quite quickly. And you're going past farms that have sheep running around, and you know, it's still very organic in terms of its production of food. You know, a lot of grass-fed.
That is pretty cool,
lamb
because
and beef.
A lot of places, if you are in, you know, a metropolitan setting, you are so far from anything that screams country. It's hard to have that mix of urban and rural, but in Australia, it's right in your backyard.
It really is. It's really simple. To make the dressing for this, again, super easy. I've got some lemon zest, some shallots, some salt and pepper, right? You toss all of that in, and then you take some lemon juice, and you whisk in some extra virgin olive oil, and you just pour that in like that, and you've got a really simple, fast dressing tossed together. Snap peas, I love the flavour of these guys. Now you'll notice I'm using sort of spring ingredients, because back home in Australia, when it's fall here, it's spring there. When it's winter here, it's summer there. So it really is the perfect time to go visit. And see how that's getting beautiful and crispy. The cheese is caramelising on the lamb chops in just another minute, and that'll be ready.
So really good to be using local, what's available at the time.
Oh, for sure.
In your house, because it's a busy house, you've got 2 kids, who's doing most of the cooking? Is it you? Or do you take a break when you get home?
Well, I'm in the restaurants in the evening most of the time. So the truth is my wife, my darling Lindsay, does most of the heavy lifting, especially around the kids' food, because, you know, they've got big appetites, my boys.
Oh, they do?
But
That's good.
Yeah, they do. They really do. I still cook a lot. I love it. I really do enjoy it. So, so that's it. That's your pea salad done. It's a really simple dressing. I put in some mint and some little pea shoots, and it's literally that easy. Let me get
Any trick to getting the snap peas to maintain that green?
That beautiful bright green.
It's beautiful.
Yes. So you get rolling boiling water, add a little salt, you drop your peas in for literally 20 seconds. take them out and into ice-cold water immediately. It's called refreshing them. So you drop them into that ice-cold water, and that'll keep that beautiful colour.
Got it. Because I think when it comes to kids, they can be kind of picky customers if they don't have a great appetite.
Right.
And if those peas don't look green, it might be a problem.
It's true. You
like,
know,
you want things to retain the colour.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
You do. And I always say to new parents especially, as soon as you start off with your kids and food, just have them eat what you eat.
Yes.
Don't be a short order cook. Don't do stuff that you think kids would like, because kids will literally eat whatever you put in front of them if you start it from a young age.
It can just be a little bit of a fight. Like, I understand why parents give up sometimes. Like, fine, take the grilled cheese. But it does make sense to try and expand those palates as soon as you possibly can, because you don't want to be sitting there making 5 meals every night.
Absolutely.
Brutal.
No way. So your lamb cutlets, again, you still want them to be a little pink on the inside, so we're only going to give those just a minute or two on either side, and they are done. You can serve them alongside those beautiful peas.
That looks amazing.
Doesn't that look good?
So good.
Really easy to make.
Okay, so we have a gorgeous dinner now. Everyone's happy. Time for dessert.
Yes, my favorite time.
I'd like to start with this always, but I like that we have the sticky toffee pudding cake.
Sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that so nice? And you finish it with like a caramel sauce.
Yes.
And it doesn't even look it, but this is beautiful and hot. So it's actually a steamed pudding.
Okay.
Sticky toffee, like you say.
Everyone's just going to be around the table like this.
Perfect
like
for
just
the holidays.
watching it. Drippy. It's so good.
See that? So
I should probably try it. Just
you know, I think it'd be rude of you not to.
To make sure that it's good, right?
Just a little more
that it came out okay?
Caramel sauce.
Okay, my apologies to the digital department that really wanted to get a shot of this before I murdered it. Sorry.
You know, isn't that great?
It's so good.
And you know, this is truly, it's an English style pudding, and in Australia, of course, we steal a lot of things from the English. We do.
Yeah,
a lot of our old
all
recipes.
the Commonwealth countries do.
Yep.
We all do.
And we've made it our own, but it's a beautiful pudding.